Point one, and Kylie Gayahan mo was just saying, kung alam ko lang na pupunta sa RX si Ely Buendia, sana na-schedule ko na magkakasakit ako today.
Para lang makita si Ely.
Para makasick-leave siya sa opisina.
Right.
And, alright, so we are talking to Ely Buendia once again after that incredible performance. And let's talk about music. Okay, so, kasi diba, like, you're a musician, but at the same time, you also consume a lot of music. What for you is your interpretation of music deserves respect?
Well, it's. I think it's about. First of all, I think it's about time that, kumbaga, somebody stood up for artists and musicians in general. Because for the longest time, we've been trying to parang tell people na making music is not that easy. I mean, realistically speaking, you have to buy a lot of stuff that you hear, pay for a lot of stuff like syempre electricity and that's the basic thing about it. Yeah, and you go to the studio, record. You want it to sound as good as it can sound, and you have to go to the studio to do that and hire professionals to record you.
Right.
And that's the part of the creative process. Kasi ang alam na ng tao is that we just take the akala nila just
Madali
comes
lang.
out of thin air,
Right.
which is sort of the magical part of it, which is kind of true also.
Nadidinig na tapos na.
It does come easy for us because that's our talent and
That's
pero
what artists do.
that's what artists do, yeah. Pero it doesn't end there, it still has to go through that process para marinig mo nung tama.
Tama. I mean, how you hear it in your head is how you want people to hear it as well.
And have you ever experienced na parang you heard your song, like, pero you heard it like,
Parang it's not what you
it's not
intended.
what kunyari, nadinig mo sa hindi magandang speaker. Kunyari sa laptop, you saw somebody listening to it, tapos parang, oh, okay, ang weird pala ng tunog ng kanta namin pag hindi maganda yung speaker.
Ngayon, I do like notice the difference between a good sounding record and a bad sounding record. But before, syempre, when you're just starting out, like everybody else, the novice, kumbaga, or you're just the casual music fan, you don't really notice that when you start out. Like I've had a Sony Walkman before, and something happened to the headphones, so I had to buy cheap
Yes.
headphones, and I didn't really mind because at that point in time you don't really notice the quality, or you don't have that info
Or the ear.
to so yun nga nung as time passed on and I've been exposed to a lot of gear and been exposed to the process of recording, being a recording artist myself. Yun, I've developed talaga the ear na for it. And now I do, just by listening to it, music, I can definitely tell which is the bad sound.
And I think that's part of the life of an artist. Diba? You start off with a talent, but then you hone it through the years. And different gadgets, different equipment make it easier for you to execute what you hear in your in your head.
Because
Diba?
even for us, diba, we
Oh,
work
as
in the
DJs,
industry,
right.
pero, like, because now we're using like Sony headsets.
Iba talaga yung tunog eh.
And you're like, ganun pala yung tunog ng song. Diba? Like, you really get to hear the fullness of the sound.
Alright, so you're part of this campaign, Music Deserves Respect. So we're going to ask you, what do you love about the Sony MDR headphones?
Well, like I've been saying this all throughout the campaigns that first of all, they don't even have to pay me to say this because I really am a Sony fan. Like ever since I started listening to music.
Like with your Walkman.
With my Walkman,
Right.
and not just the Walkman. I've been a faithful buyer of Sony TVs.
Right.
And I don't really buy any other brand actually until now. So yeah, this is a great opportunity for me to kumbaga proselytize on the good qualities of Sony and all their products, and yun nga parang they put such a high emphasis on design. I mean, now people parang say that yeah, we're conscious of design because of Steve Jobs and Apple,
Right.
but Sony was there before
Before
Apple.
that,
And
right.
as a matter of fact, I've been reading Steve Jobs' bio, and he's also been influenced by Sony
Yeah.
before when he was just starting out, and it was their design, their emphasis on design that parang set it apart from all the other products. And ngayon lang parang na-appreciate ng mga tao yan. But Sony was there all along, and they haven't stopped making good design. And the recent crop of, especially this one that I'm wearing right now, which I do have in my studio, the MDR 1R, is well designed. You can definitely tell if it's a Sony from kahit malayo ka. And and it's not just aesthetics or looks. When you wear it, it's comfortable. You can wear it for hours on end, and
Actually, that is
yeah.
true.
Oh,
We
kasi
wear ours 4 hours
4
a day.
hours a day.
It's really
Right.
comfortable.
Well, you are part of the Music Deserve Respect campaign, and like you said, you've been a patron of Sony for so long that you are the best, I guess, person to talk about it. And of course, you're an artist, so you would know what you're talking about, diba? When it comes to listening to music and making sure that the music you want is heard exactly the way you want it to sound to everybody else.
And that's how you respect the music.
That's how you respect the
That's how
music.
you-
Well, thank you so much. We know it was hard to wake up
I
and on a
know.
Monday morning too.
Oh nga, no? Monday,
Oh, Monday pa.
Monday na, morning pa.
Right. But thank you so
thank
much.
you for dropping
we
by.
really appreciate it, and
I think you made a lot of our listeners very happy. We're getting flooded with tweets.
With tweets, right.
And they were very excited to hear you perform live. And did you notice like Ely was just a few feet away from us?
Mhm.
Pero when you listen to it on our Sony headsets, the music is like incredible.
Right.
Like the quality is
Yeah, you
really
really have to hear it for yourself. I mean, go get one. It's a good investment.
It
And
is.
even if you're just starting out with your own little studio or just listening to music on your iPod
Exactly.
or whatever.
Just a big fan of music.
Right.
Yeah, it is the way music should be heard and respected. So
It's a great campaign when you think about it. Kasi diba, ang daming mga cheap, equipment out there. Pero it's really different when you've got the right equipment. And it really does make a difference. Like you said, diba, napalitan yung make something happen, you change your earphones, and then it's like, this is different. Right?
Yeah.
Nahalata.
Di ba may ganun? Tunog lata.
All right, well, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Ella.
gracing the
Thank
show
you.
today. And thank you to Sony
Of
for
course.
bringing in Ely Buendia here on The Morning Rush. Go ahead and check it out. Sony MDR, get great music, exactly what it deserves.